Hi everyone, my name's Mad Matt Lugos and welcome back to Observer. So just as a little reminder, my microphone audio was broken for these final two episodes, which is a real shame. So I'm just going to do the old double face cam. So you can still see my original reaction, but I'll just try and go through what I was saying again. Because, I really enjoyed the ending to this game. So be a bit of a slightly longer episode, about an hour and 10 minutes or so. But yeah, let's get going. Yeah, welcome back to Sanctuary. Yeah, we found both versions of Adam. So I was kind of right that he'd been digitized. Yeah, so Hunter Killer Virus is closing in on him, which is apparently the reason why the building is closed down. So we need to go to the hotel to try and find a Chiron operative, perhaps. Yeah, Chiron operative, perhaps. Yeah, seems like we're at the end. This is the last lead. So we have missed that shrine case, but yeah. Deer, I think that says the Deer Hotel. Dice Hotel. So yeah, I'm talking about our scanners not working, which is making me suspicious. Because every time our scanners haven't worked, we've been in someone's mind. Yeah, it's making me think we're still inside the severed head of Adam. Is what I'm saying at the minute. And I'm just finding this entrance to this hotel a bit suspicious. The fact that there's like some secret entrance just seems odd. But I'm pretty convinced of Adam's story at this moment. Yeah, I'm just saying this just doesn't feel right. This feels a little surreal. This whole, yeah, this just felt off. Yeah, I'm thinking that I've gone the wrong way here, basically. Yeah, I'm just talking about the scanners again. I mean, that's the Sanctuary video, VT, right? Yeah, I was just saying the whole red bit here is somewhere between the Communist Party and the Nazi Party, the grandness of it. But again, this feels off. This is it. The source of all this madness. Whatever caused the lockdown is lurking within. No turning back now. Yeah, I'm saying that this doesn't feel like a hotel. But I suppose it's no less strange than the rest of the stuff in the game. But this just feels off, right? It feels really off. Was the predominant thing here. I had no idea what it was off.
It really is the fucking phage.
So they've got
You've been exposed anyway.
So they've got the nanophage. Well, that's how it seems. Yeah, so I'm just saying we're going to have to join Adam inside the virtual world, otherwise we're going to die too. We're going to have it at this point. Remove your implants. digital decay. Yeah, so it is a biological condition, but it comes into you through your implants, perhaps. I'm not entirely sure how it works.
Is someone out there? Help me, please.
What's going on here? Why are you people in capsules?
They've locked us in. Those bastards. We're not even sick. Let us out.
How do I open the capsules?
I think there's a control room nearby. Just follow the light.
Just follow the light.
If you can't help me, please. My son is still out there.
His father's gone insane.
He's gone insane. Delirious. I'm afraid he might do something to our boy. You can't let that happen.
If I can find him, I'll get him out.
Thank you. You've always been such a good boy.
What did you say?
So again, very suspicious, right? This bothered me a lot. Because it was just like the clear sign that... Yeah, like I thought that I had clarity as to what we were doing here towards the ending, but not at all. What she said there, though, about the delirious father, son needs help. But I'm thinking we're inside Adam's severed head, the mind of his severed head. But I was just mainly a bit bothered because I wasn't expecting to be thrust back into another kind of horror section. Or, like, you know, very atmospheric section. What I was thinking is that this might be a Chiron agent that's using holograms to mess with us the way we were messed with in the main building. So I've just said that we could still be in the VR machine, and this is a test by Adam to see if we are on his side, because we obviously have quite a fractious relationship. And I'm just saying that I'm really expecting a jump scare. Like something's going to fall on us or something, just like that body did.
I want this entire floor purged.
Sir, some of the patients are still symptom-free.
For now, we need to cut our losses. I'm not losing all my subjects out of some misguided sense of empathy.
Now that makes a lot more sense after playing that. Some misguided sense of empathy. I have a feeling that might have been... Yeah, I'm just saying there's something not right here. Which is pretty obvious at this point, right? I really didn't want to see this guy again. I would also say we could be projecting this, like we have been. I really didn't want to see this guy. Like I hate having to play hide and seek with the big man. I'm trying to follow the lights. There's a few hidey holes around here. These sections put me in a bit of a rotten mood every time. Monster. down here. Let's go. Get to the chopper. I really wanted it to be it. I really wanted that to be... Yeah. I'm still thinking we're plugged into his severed head, though. I'm leaning more towards that than I am than we're still inside the kind of Matrix or the VR world. Nope, nope, nope. So much nope. Because we got cut off so early from Adam's mind. That's what I was thinking at the time. So we just got cut off early. Maybe it was like this is an elaborate test. But yes, as soon as we like used the organ and we came through, I was just saying that everything felt wrong. Everything felt completely off. It had absolutely no clarity. I did stop and stare a lot though, considering how uncomfortable hide and seek sections like this make me. I think he pretty much freezes in this spot though. Can't remember. Just seeing if he's prompted by my movement, but yeah. I'm happy for him to glitch and stay in one spot. I'll run. Yeah, but yeah, we'll hear his footsteps if he starts moving again. I'm really fighting the urge to run here. Another developer picture. Barbara Kulaga. Yeah, where's Dave Chappelle when you need him? In the darkness. I'm thinking he's right there, so I think he's just round that corner. Run, 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 run. Yeah, so yeah, I'm just saying we're either in the Matrix or we're still in Adam's brain in his severed head. Those are the only real possibilities to me at this moment. Yeah, this was a shortcut to get here. We need to move straight on, I think. Hit a checkpoint now. But yeah, I'm just saying again, we can't scan, so this isn't reality at this point. I can hear footsteps. So I think has he respawned here again? I think so. freaked me out, that noise then from behind us. Oh. Yeah, Nemesis. I've never played Resident Evil, but I am aware of who Nemesis is. It's just, I think the problem I was having, I was so ready to experience like the main plots or twists at the end, and then I've just had to do this. I just wasn't ready for it at all. I got proper moody about this. Proper moody. I got a proper face on about this. I just wanted him to stray. I just wanted to stray faster. You saw nothing, Nemesis. Keep going. Go, go, go. Still following the light, technically, I guess. I was really deflated by having to do a hide and seek section. Off, Nemesis. I think I'll just leg it at this point. Yeah, we're running. I'm tired of these hide and seek sections. Yeah, more synchrosine, that's what I was. Drugs, that'll help us out.
Synchrosine injected. Strain level decreased.
So this is exactly the kind of the room that we saw in Adam's mind, isn't it? Hello. That's our wife. The monster had hold of her. Yeah, we can't see anything. It's being pursued. Get in there. Just say that. I feel completely lost now. I've no idea what's going on. I've just said that maybe the monster's a representation of the guilt we feel over our wife's death. Unplug all of them, I said. Just take my frustration out on the plugs. Just unplug everything. Oh yeah, we came from there. Yeah, I'm going to unplug all of them just because we can, because it's satisfying, isn't it? Right? Big kind of analog plugs like this. that's all of them. And another dev. Bartomesh Makshka. Yeah, I'm just totally lost. In terms of, obviously we're lost, but also lost in a bit lost with the story. But like I said, the monster could be a representation of our guilt over our wife, and we're either in the Matrix or Adam's mind. I just said again, yeah, he must be a representation of the guilt. For him to show up in other people's minds. Oh, yeah. Yeah, oh, I've just said that, you know, it must be the guilt because he had hold of the wife, or he's a representation of the nanophage if that's what's killed our wife. Yeah, or I'm saying that, you know, maybe there's a counter hacker that's making us see all this with holograms, similarly to how we got lost in the main building. Maybe it was this hacker, this Chiron hacker, who did this to us in the building. Perhaps maybe it had nothing to do with Adam. Just like counter hacking, countering into, I don't know, just like a way to distract us, to stop us from getting in his way. Then. I thought that was a game over screen, but I don't think so.
There must have been a misunderstanding. I was told you decided not to undergo the augmentation procedure.
Yes.
Just to be clear, you do realize that drastically decreases your chances of recovery?
I made my decision. Thank you.
Honey, I'm proud of you. You can do this. I know you can. I'll be there for you.
But she had some sort of procedure without augmentations, which made it much less likely that she would survive. I thought then that she might have been pregnant just from the way the robot looked, but I could be wrong.
You owe me this much. Promise me you'll take care of him. Whatever it takes.
That night you and Mom argued. After you left, Mom was very sad. I asked her what was wrong, and she said the doctors could cure her, but she wasn't sure if she wanted them to.
It's not that simple. What the doctors wanted to do, there was a heavy price to be paid. She wouldn't be herself. She wouldn't be your mom anymore.
That's not what I'm asking. I want to know, did Mom decide for herself? Did she really want this?
Of course she did. Your mother believed she was strong enough to beat this thing on her own. I did too.
But she wasn't. I I just wanted her to be alright. Why didn't you save her?
It's like the genesis of Adam's grudge against his father.
It should have been you.
I just said I think we're still in the Matrix from the look of this.
Jesus, there's barely anything left of him. Can he hear us?
Yes, but he's very weak. Please, make this brief.
Dad, it's pretty bad. They need to replace a few parts.
Oh.
Whoa! Easy there. Listen, it's either this or spend the rest of your life in a fucking jar.
No.
Think of your kid. Who's gonna take care of him? What is it, Dan?
Whatever you think.
30 cc's of cortisone stat. I need any non-medical staff out.
Hang in there, buddy. They're gonna fix you up real good.
Yes, we had an accident of some sort and we had to be heavily augmented, so Adam's gonna really see us as a hypocrite.
You're such a fucking hypocrite and you don't even see it.
I thought I was right. I didn't know anybody.
Still on principle when it was her life on the line. But when it comes to saving yourself, you're pragmatic all of a sudden?
I had to take care of you. I made a promise to her.
No, you don't get to use her as an excuse. Not afterward.
What did you want me to do? Give up?
That's what you made her do. Every time I look at you, I see this monster that killed my mom.
So it's how Adam sees us.
Made it. Finally understand.
Yeah, the monster was us. So I was kind of a part way there. But it wasn't our guilt, it was the bitterness that Adam held towards us for augmenting ourselves to survive, whereas our mother rejected the augmentations and died. And, yeah, we're still in Sanctum, just what I just said. And there's Adam.
Adam. What the hell is this?
The core. You made your way here. Now let me in.
Let you in? What about the lockdown? The virus?
The virus will get to me no matter what. Here, or out in the web. It's only a matter of time.
You need a place to hide.
I need a host. A unique specimen. Detached from the web at large.
Yeah, you
The
lied.
lockdown was just an excuse to get me. Why lie?
What else could I do? They had you so looped in your repressed memories, I had to break you out somehow. Now that you're finally free, we can beat this thing.
What happens to Daniel if you merge with us?
I guess that's supposed to be me.
Yes. The observer's mind is isolated, detached from the grid. It's the only place where I can hide. A fortress that the virus won't be able to penetrate.
Let's say I let you in. Then what?
Oh, it's amazing. Our minds will merge.
Merge?
Yeah. It might sound weird, but our minds kind of hook up. We plug into each other.
Sorry, you lost me.
You are losing it. Your sanity's hanging by a thread, Dad. But I can help you regain control of your senses. We can help each other.
I just said I don't believe him. I think he's going to take over. And that because he hates his father. He's placating us because he doesn't want to merge, he wants to take over. We've just been through an entire maze of your animosity towards Daniel. So how can we trust you?
I can't trust you anymore. You lied.
Have it your way. It's still up to you. Save us both, or leave me to die and go on with this fevered dream of existence. Either way, since tonight, I'm growing weaker by the second. Soon, I won't be able to maintain a connection.
I just said we've got to save him. Even if he doesn't necessarily love us anymore or care for us. I thought that this was the choice here. So I just said he's our son. Whether he hates us or not, he's still our son. Now I do think that something happens here. That I skip or something.
Embracing your true nature, towards becoming who you really are. But there's still more to do. Apartment 104. Make it quick.
You killed yourself.
An iteration of myself.
Iteration? Then what are you?
Doesn't matter.
Which one?
The only one left.
Killed him. Real Adam.
The real Adam? He killed dozens. Iteration after iteration, laid to waste in pursuit of his grand design. Why should one more make a difference?
You're fucking unreal. He was my son.
I am your son. So what if he had the real body? You're clinging to a version of me that hated you. As if that was all that made him. Me. Your son.
So I think I maybe misinterpreted when he said killed iteration upon iteration. I think he means killed iterations of himself that he uploaded. So now we have to wonder whether this Adam needs to be stopped. So I'm just saying that the previous version is kill people, whereas I think what he actually meant was he killed iterations of himself that were digital. Which is what we read in those reports.
Why? Why did you kill him?
I had no choice. Kill or be killed.
The virus. Adam set it loose. You figured out how dangerous you are.
Maybe. And maybe he realized he had succeeded. He created the superior version of himself, and it terrified him.
So yeah, it's a real weird situation. Yeah, it's really put me through it, this whole section, this whole choice. So real life Adam had digitized himself. And they both existed simultaneously. and realised that Digital Adam had gotten out of control and set the virus loose to stop him. Why would he kill himself thinking that this version of himself was better? Man in the glass, which is what Victor said. So he hired Victor to kill all the people involved, all the loose ends. And he doesn't want us. He just wants us as a observer, as a body.
The splicer was breathing down my neck. You sent him. Appreciate it.
He was never supposed to go after you. But the drugs, paranoia took over. After that, he went full on feral.
The mind is not a toy.
Ironic, coming from an observer.
Yeah, so you think you're superior to the organic Adam?
So what the hell makes you better?
He was driven by hatred, obsessed with the idea of not becoming you. He never came to understand. But I did.
Just help me out, man. You're losing me.
We're all freaks of nurture, Dad. Your choices, your mistakes, they were all unavoidable. You can't blame us for what we are.
I'm just thinking he's placating us a bit here. Why did you kill all of
the
them?
others have to die?
I couldn't let any word of this reach Chiron. I would stop at nothing to track me down.
Way to cover your ass.
Think of me what you will. But you know the corporation. They would claim this gift for themselves. I want to share it with the world. I regret what I had to do, but it was necessary evil.
I really didn't know what I was going to do. This image of himself with this face, it's just all for us. It might not even be Adam. It might just be using his likeness, his voice, to get to us. So, when you think about this deep down, his hatred for us in the situation with his mother would mean that he has a hatred for... a spite, rather, for the human condition. For the knowledge that the augments could have saved his mother and called us a hypocrite because we had an accident, were augmented against our will, and we saved our life, but we did it to try and raise him, to protect him. So his personality has this idea at its core that organic life forms are weak and that you need to try and exist, and if you take away the biological elements, that you go towards the digital, the mechanical, the everlasting, and that idea is at the core of him. And there's an evolutionary aspect to this, that the digital Adam supersedes the biological Adam, the flesh Adam, and so it's like the survival of the fittest almost. I'm just saying that I don't know if we're going to have a choice.
I'm tired. Let's get this over with.
Very well. If you think you're ready to make your choice. Will you let your son die? Or will you save me?
It's just putting the controller down, because I take a little while with this decision. So this isn't going to feel good either way, because as soon as we embrace him, it's going to feel like we've been a bit naive, like we've been conned by the emotion of it all. And as soon as it happens, he might just gloat about it. Because I'm convinced that we might not merge, that he might take over. But on the other hand, yeah, he's the only remnant of our son left. Biological Adam is gone. I was just trying to go back through other moments. If there were any hints about in his apartment and we saw those case reports. I think I misinterpreted that here. So I'm just saying whether in the emails there was anything about someone being onto him. So digital Adam killed real life Adam. He set all of those events in motion. And I just really didn't know what to do. So I'm just saying that it's a bit weird, because when you have choice and consequence throughout a game, it can build you up to make a choice like this. But in this game, we haven't really had much choice and consequence. There have been a few dialogue choices, but there haven't been a big diverging consequences like this. So it feels really important when we just have this one big choice at the end. Yeah, so like I hadn't got into a rhythm. I just didn't know what to do. But yeah, I think I've misinterpreted the bit about the whole iteration upon iteration. So basically, real life Adam had been trying to digitize himself, getting it wrong, and having to kill off each version. Whereas what I'm saying here is, I thought he was doing experiments on other stuff, on other people maybe, which I don't think was right. I think he was trying to copy himself, getting it wrong, and having to kill that version of himself, and that was a person who was dying. So he was just saying it was survival of the fittest, right? He had to try and survive, the digital Adam. So philosophically, we go back to the choice his mother made, the idea that you have to accept death, and you can't, and there's some things you can't sacrifice to extend your life. And that's the essence of being human and being mortal. The idea that one day that this will all end. And I think that's what his mother didn't want to sacrifice herself, her humanity, just to carry on living. She didn't want to sacrifice that. And that's what he doesn't really understand. But immortality, and the idea that immortality is great. Immortality is kind of about your children, and that's how a biological creature tries to be immortal, is to have children, to, you know, proliferate their genes, and keep your bloodline alive through having children. So that is the biological version of immortality, in a way. So him trying to continue himself is the same as us protecting our child. So yeah, it's whether we see this as a genuine version of Adam, or whether we see this as a corruption of Adam, is what I'm trying to decide here. Whether we see this as like a lost version, or something we have to save. I'm just saying, he reminds me of someone I really didn't like, who I used to know when I was younger. Just the hair and the eyes. That's neither here nor there though, just really reminds me of him. If we're thinking about it in the memory of his mother, then we might reject him because he's become obsessed with living at any cost, perhaps. And yeah, just the idea of immortality. But he's lost his humanity, yeah. He's killed all these people at the end of the day. He has killed Helena and everyone involved, Jacob and all the others, to cover his tracks, and it might only get worse, you know? And maybe he doesn't even see himself as human anymore. Maybe he sees himself as beyond that, and he will have a disdain for humanity and humans. And I just didn't know what to do. I think I was leaning more towards embrace, but I didn't want to get suckered into it, which is my reason for reject. I just didn't want to feel like I'd been naive. I'm also saying here that could we still be in Adam's brain? Could this all be an elaborate mental test? But after we came out, we could use our scanners, so that seemed unlikely, I was just saying. He did tell us not to go into his mind, so maybe that's had an effect on us. But was clear that this version of Adam didn't want us in contact with the mind of real life Adam. So maybe there was a way to see what really happened in his mind. And maybe we could have got past the layers of the levels to see what happened inside. I do need to Google that after this just to see. I haven't done that yet, even though I did all this a week ago. I'm so terrible at making choices. At this point, I said I'm leaning towards reject, but I think it's just the overwhelming sense of not being naive. Like I didn't want to, feel like I'd been manipulated by this. Yeah, so the digitized version of Adam might be like a twisted version of Adam, so we maybe have to not see him as our son anymore. So the real life Adam had technically, I guess, had killed people by killing the versions of himself that he put in the computer. You have to see them as people in a way, right? I just said I don't see how we'll be able to reject him because we are in his space. We might just die. Rejecting it might mean just that we both die is what I just said there. I just said that him pretending that he's kind of forgiven us somewhat is bullshit. That's just what he needs to say to he's lied to us pretty much the whole way through just to get us here, so that makes him pretty untrustworthy. I've just been saying, like, my worry is, that if we pick embrace, even though there are reasons to pick embrace, that I don't want to feel like I was worried that I was gonna make the decision and I was gonna feel like I'd been suckered and I'd been tricked and manipulated into feeling something for him using the likeness of Adam, even if it might not even really be Adam at this point. That was my main worry. Yeah, who's to say it's him at all? It might just be an AI, not like a copy of Adam, an AI that's just using his voice and his memories to coax us into doing what he wants. Yeah, if we've been suckered, that was my real worry. I just didn't want to feel like I'd been taken for a ride. But at the same time, would they really make choices that were so obviously good and bad? But part of me is also thinking of this as like transience, whether this is out of scientific curiosity, because this is like the progression of human evolution. We should just support this, like just out of curiosity. And the other thing, what I just said is, Adam is dead. This is the only version of him left. And would rejecting this version of Adam just be kind of like vengeance? Whereas embracing him would... Yeah, embracing him would be more like hope, I guess, even if it's not quite the same person as real Adam was. Yeah, maybe this Adam out in the world could be a force for change because this world is so corrupt. He would be able to change things with Chiron. It would be like a revolution, a start of some sort of revolution. But I didn't know what to do. But I'm just saying, he has killed our son. He did kill him. Or organised the killing of our actual son. So can we forgive him for that? I'm just saying here, maybe he's going to do what he wants regardless, and this choice is a bit of an illusion. Maybe he's just going to force the merge regardless of what we choose to do, is what I just said. God, I was agonizing over this, man. Yeah, I was just saying, I was just looking at the clock here. You know, you've got to take the decision serious, really, haven't you? I don't know what this decision is going to say about me, you know, with the way I go, but yeah, I'm just saying the problem I'm having is we have very little of Adam to feel attached to here. We only kind of have, we don't really have many positive memories that we've seen directly as the player. We've had very little warmth to do with our relationship. It's been a lot of trauma and animosity and troubling decisions and animosity and stuff. So yeah, there's just very little warmth in our memories of Adam outside of the obvious, you know, he's our son. We had that memory of the mountainside that he talked about, but that's it really. Yeah, just say, pick and reject. You know, he's murdered people or he's organised the murder of several people. So I'm just saying here, did real life Adam experiment on all those people we read in the log in his apartment that had psychosis and all these problems? But now I realise that that was about Adam's digital Adams that he created, and they ended up going a bit insane and he ended up killing them. It wasn't actual people, it was digital consciousness of himself, a digital version of himself that he had to kill several times. So that was something I maybe misinterpreted in the moment when he said he killed iteration upon iteration. That meant himself, right? I just said I think I'm going to go with embrace. All evolutions start with a bit of a bad decision. I'll come back and look at the other one.
That's true. I won't let you die. I make my promise, and I intend to keep my word.
Thank you, Father.
Now been lifted. Thank you for your cooperation.
Hey, you. Look down. I know, Janus. It's been taken care of.
Thanks, Janus.
Hold your people. Should be here in a minute.
Thank you. I'll take over from here. You can get back to your post.
This really bothered me. I thought I got suckered just because of these dialogue choices.
Glitch.
Which I thought was a bit weird.
I'll take care of it.
Little ones. Worst. Always spell. Try.
Yeah, if we made the choice, I was just saying, why would we be opposed to that?
The sun will come up soon. We'll get to see.
You said maybe he's completely in control. We've not merged.
No worries. We'll get used to this. We have all the time in the world.
I was a bit happier with that ending little monologue. But maybe that was Adam talking and not Dan. All right, we're here with the other ending where we reject him. yeah, I'll just listen through all that again. Let's see. I'm still thinking that Embrace was the better choice for me personally, but this might change our mind.
My son is gone. I'm not sure anymore who or what you are, but you will pay for what you did.
That's disappointing. I was hoping we could do this the easy way. But since you failed to see reason, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to insist.
And what? Break into my brain?
What do you think I've been doing for the past hour? I've been chipping away at you ever since you got into that capsule.
You're breaking my heart, that's all.
No, Dad. Just your mind. I didn't want to do this, but you gave me no choice. I want to live.
Forever and a day.
So I thought at this point it wasn't going to make a difference until I see this. Yeah, we're trapped. Yeah, and he's swapped us.
I regret it must end this way. You see, without a willing host, I need to force you out. Fortunately, I have found a better place for you. Sorry, Dad.
Really dark. You can't see the battery thing on the screen, but yeah, it's flashing. It's about to cut out until Janus shows up.
There you are. Bad drone. Bad drawn. Someone did a number on you. Teach you to walk thereof. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Old Janus is gonna fix you up.
Need to get out.
Sorry, Janus.
This really shocked me.
No other way.
Yeah, this really shocked me. I felt really bad about Janus though. That's really, really bad. Oh yeah, I just wondered if we were still in the machine. Yeah, I thought I was just going to cut to black then. This really shocked me. This really shocked me.
The lockdown has now been lifted. Thank you for your cooperation.
Here you are. The situation is under control.
Found it weird that he just punched him. It's really unclear whether he had managed to kill him or not. He does look pretty limp. I suppose he has got a robotic arm, so that could quite easily have killed him. Yeah, think he's still alive.
Is he breathing? Wait, checking. I think he...
Alright guys, I'll do a little separate review section here after we've seen both endings. I know it's a real messy way to end a playthrough, and I can't quite create the same amount of energy that I had in the credits when I was kind of reviewing the game, because I was on such a high from the decision, from the ending and everything. But I'll try and just, yeah, I've loved this game to death. You know, there's just a couple of things that maybe I didn't like, but overall it was a game with a fantastic atmosphere, really unique, really overwhelming aesthetic style of cyberpunk that was really cynical, really dystopic. You know, it was really like technology had run amok, that technology had just soaked into every seam of the environment, that it had taken over, that there was no humanity left. It was all cynical. It was, you know, the corporations were in complete control. The people had very much lost their humanity. They sought escapism. They were isolated. They were dejected, and yeah, it created such an overwhelmingly unique atmosphere, and the story was great. It was a real mystery. It really kept me guessing. I never felt comfortable with what I thought was happening or where the story was going. It always kept throwing a new spanner, in the works, and just really kept me guessing. And the voice acting was of such a high quality. The visual style, the graphics really enhanced things. The ray tracing, the lighting made the atmosphere really close, really intense. And I always enjoy the atmospheric horror elements rather than the jump scare bits. It had a few jump scares, but it was mostly told through good atmosphere, good characters, good writing. And you know, just an excellent story. The only bits I didn't really like were just the hide and seek sections with the big monster, but I understand that had a more symbolic and more story driven element to it. It wasn't just there for no reason. I understand that it had a metaphorical meaning to it, that it represented Adam's, you know, image of Daniel. But I just didn't enjoy the actual gameplay of those sections. I enjoyed talking to people, doing the actual detective work, looking for stuff, piecing the things together. You know, we were playing as a detective, as an observer. So when we were actually engaging in that occupation, that's when the game felt the strongest, I feel. And yeah, everything else was just really good. This version of Cyberpunk is like the, you know, really dialed to 11 Cyberpunk. You know, where it just feels like there's no hope for this anymore. Like the world is fully corrupt, and maybe Adam is the answer. This digital consciousness is the answer. The singularity, the transience, the digitization of the human personality is the only way around it to create a revolution. In terms of the endings, I do think Embrace is the slightly better choice, because I just think it feels a bit more cathartic, right? Just because he's the only version of Adam left, and even though he's forsaken his humanity somewhat, you can see it as something in the name of something more progressive, right? In the face of something more, you know, more important. And at the end of the day, Adam was having to delete all these versions of himself, and they were people, right? They were people. They were versions of him, and they suffered. So I don't know. I'm not saying he deserved to die for that, but maybe he just didn't realize the seriousness of what he was doing, trying to delete and remove these personalities. So I don't think you can hold a grudge against Digital Adam for striking back. He was just trying to survive in essence. So if we take it at face value, yeah, and that's all there really is to it, you know. Rutger Hauer has such an iconic voice. He doesn't carry the game in terms of it doesn't need carrying, but you know, he's a great vessel for this wonderful story is all I meant. All the other characters have their own unique stories of struggle, stories of kind of desperation in this world, just trying to find their way, right? Trying to hold on to their humanity. And yeah, let me know your thoughts. What would you have chose? How did you see Digital Adam? Did you see him as malevolent, or did you see him as, you know, something worth saving? Or did you see him perhaps as not necessarily as a person that needed saving, but as a milestone, a revolution, you know, and a step in evolution that needed to happen, regardless of our personal ties to the circumstances? Or did you perhaps see him as, you know, a corrupted not a progression, just a corrupted step, something that needed to be erased and attempted again properly, perhaps? I'm not sure. So yeah, I've really enjoyed this game, guys. I'm sorry that my audio corrupted, and I don't know if this has ruined it. So, ruined it somewhat, but it's the only way I can finish the Let's Play without deleting the rest of it. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed Observer. Next up, I'm going to be playing Prey, so maybe you'll join me for that. Hope you enjoyed it. Just remember, everybody, never trust and uncrate. I'll see you next time.